At the funeral of the hero who saved the world, his oldest companion broke down in tears. Not because she understood what she had lost, but because she finally realized she never would. In a world of swords and sorcery, a party of 4 adventurers spent 10 years fighting their way to the Demon King and won. Himmel the hero, Heiter the priest, Aizen the warrior, and Frieren, an elven mage who had already lived for over 1,000 years. For humans, 10 years is a chapter of life. For an elf like Frieren, it is barely an afternoon. This is the premise that makes Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, unlike any other fantasy story. It does not ask, can the heroes win? That question was answered before the story begins. Instead, it asks something far more unsettling. What happens when the journey ends, and you realize you were not paying attention while it lasted? The hero party's 10-year quest is told almost entirely through flashbacks. Brief, warm fragments scattered across the story like old photographs. Himmel was the kind of hero who would stop a world-saving mission to help a single villager find a lost cat. He insisted on getting statues carved of himself at every town they saved. Not out of vanity, but so that people would remember someone once fought for them. He picked flowers for Frieren even though she never seemed to care. He told her she mattered even when she showed no reaction. Heiter drank too much. Aizen complained about his back. And Frieren collected spells. Specifically, she loved finding obscure, useless magic. A spell that makes flowers bloom. A spell that creates a tiny bird out of mana. A spell that turns sour grapes sweet. While the others laughed and fought and grew closer, Frieren was quietly cataloging magic the way a librarian organizes books. She was present for every battle, every campfire, every sunrise. But she was not really there. The quest ended. The Demon King fell. The 4 heroes stood on a cliff watching the dawn over a world they had saved. Then they said goodbye. For Himmel, Heiter, and Aizen, it was the end of the greatest chapter of their lives. For Frieren, it was a Tuesday. Half a century later, the 4 reunite to watch the Era meteors. A shower of light that crosses the sky once every 50 years. To Frieren, it feels like they just saw each other yesterday. But Himmel's hair has turned white. Heiter can barely stand. Aizen's hands shake when he grips his axe. They watch the meteors together one last time. And shortly after, Himmel dies. Quietly. In his sleep. Like any ordinary human. At the funeral, surrounded by the kingdom he saved, Frieren cries. And for the first time in her 1,000-year life, she does not understand why. I only knew him for 10 years. I should have tried to learn more about him. This scene, barely 5 minutes into the story, is why Frieren became a worldwide phenomenon. It reframes the entire fantasy genre. The hero already won. The world is already saved. The real tragedy is not death. It is the realization that you had 1,000 years to connect with someone, and you let 10 of them pass without trying. Frieren makes a decision. She will travel north to Oriol, the place where departed souls are said to rest. Not to save the world. Not to fight a villain. Just to see Himmel one more time. And say what she never said. Before his death, Heiter entrusts his adopted daughter Fern to Frieren. Fern is a young mage he rescued from an orphanage during the war. She is precise, talented, and emotionally perceptive in ways Frieren has never been. She is also the first person to treat Frieren not as a legendary mage, but as someone who needs to eat breakfast and wake up on time. Later, they are joined by Stark. A young warrior trained by Aizen, who looks tough but cries during sad stories and is terrified of monsters despite being strong enough to punch through stone walls. Together, this new party retraces the path the original heroes walked decades ago. The same villages. The same mountains. The same inns. But everything is different. The people Himmel helped are gone. Their children tell the stories now. Statues of the hero stand weathered in town squares, and only the oldest villagers remember his face. And in this slow, quiet repetition, Frieren begins to understand something she missed the first time. The journey was never background noise between boss fights. The flowers Himmel picked, the detours he insisted on, the statues he posed for with that ridiculous grin. Those were the point. The 10 years were not a prologue to something greater. They were the greatest thing that ever happened to her. Frieren spent 1,000 years doing one thing. Studying magic. She is not just powerful. She is quietly, absurdly, overwhelmingly powerful in a way that makes her appear weak. Her signature tactic, she deliberately suppresses her mana to look ordinary. Demons, who judge threats by magical energy, consistently underestimate her. This is how she defeats Aura the Guillotine, one of the 7 sages of destruction. Aura's weapon is the scales of obedience. Whoever has less mana becomes the other's slave. She challenges Frieren, confident in her 500 years of accumulated power. But Frieren has been alive for over 1,000 years. She has been suppressing and collecting mana for longer than Aura has existed. The scales tip. Aura becomes Frieren's servant. And Frieren's command is simple. Kill yourself. It is one of the coldest moments in the entire series. And it reveals something crucial about who Frieren really is. She is not naive. She is not fragile. She is an ancient being who has been killing demons for centuries. Her problem was never power. It was connection. One of the most remarkable things about this story is how it handles change. No one announces that they have grown. No one delivers a speech about lessons learned. Growth in Frieren happens the way it happens in real life. Slowly. Without anyone noticing until it has already occurred. Fern enters the first-class mage examination. The test is brutal. Dozens of mages compete in a series of trials designed to push them past their limits. Fern, who was once a frightened orphan, fights her way through with a precision and calm that impresses even the examiners. Frieren watches from the sidelines. And in that moment, she sees it. Not Fern's power. Not her technique. She sees Haiter. The priest who raised this girl with patience and love and quiet faith. She sees that he lives on. Not in magic or memory, but in the way Fern stands her ground when she is afraid. Frieren does not say any of this. She does not cry. She does not make a speech. She simply smiles. And for Frieren, that is everything. In Frieren's world, demons are not misunderstood creatures with tragic backstories. They are predators who evolved to mimic human language and emotion as a hunting strategy. A demon child begging for its life is not afraid. It is calculating the odds that you will hesitate. Frieren knows this because she is old enough to remember when humans first fell for it. This creates a devastating parallel. Demons can perfectly imitate human connection without feeling anything. Frieren genuinely feels, but cannot express it. She stood beside Himmel for a decade and never once told him he mattered to her. Meanwhile, a demon could say "I love you" convincingly enough to make anyone believe it. The question the story keeps asking is this. What is the difference between someone who feels nothing and says everything, and someone who feels everything and says nothing? Frieren's entire journey is her answer. She is learning, slowly, over centuries, to close that gap. The party's destination is Oriol, a place at the northernmost edge of the continent, deep within the ruins of the Demon King's castle, where departed souls are said to rest. Frieren has been alive for over 1,000 years. She does not believe in fairy tales. But she makes this journey anyway. When Fern asks her why, Frieren's answer is simple. I want to talk to him, Mel. I want to tell him I feel the same way. She does not explain what the same way means. She may not fully understand it herself. But for an elf who spent a millennium collecting spells and avoiding attachment, choosing to walk across an entire continent on the slim hope of saying one sentence to a dead man, that is the most human thing she has ever done. And maybe that is what this story is really about. Not the 1,000 years she has lived, but the 10 she is still trying to understand. Frieren, Beyond Journey's End has won the Manga Teisho, the Tezuka Osamu Cultural Prize, and both the Shogakukan and Kodansha Manga Awards. Over 35 million copies are in print. 2 anime seasons have aired, with a third confirmed for October 2027. But the reason it resonates is not the awards or the sales. It is the question it plants in your head long after you stop reading. Are you paying attention to the years that matter most, while they are still happening? Let me know in the comments. What moment in a story has made you rethink how you spend your time? And if you want more English videos covering Japanese, Korean, and Chinese comics, subscribe to the channel. This has been East Ink.